So we talked about your business, your Criollo Grindz stuff. And if you don't know, go ahead, follow him. He doesn't really need the followers, but follow him. He's got plenty. So let's talk about our friendship, how we met. Everywhere I go, I always mention you. And it's funny because when I lived in Georgia, people knew who you were because they followed you on your page. And I remember when you came to church, you're like, oh, that's your friend?
Yeah, like the pastor too.
Yeah. And I was like,
Aquel joven que yo no sabía que era amigo con Tito. Y a veces me sale mi Instagram y sale una comida tan rica. Y yo digo, diantre, ¿quién hizo ese plato de comida? Mira, hay un jovencito ahí sentado.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is awkward.
That must have been a while ago, though, because you're pushing 40.
That was 2-3 years ago.
You ain't so young anymore,
yeah,
baby.
I know.
Neither.
Why do you got to tell my age like that? Dang. Yeah, I'm about to be 40.
It's all right. I'm 37.
Yeah.
And my hair's falling out, so at least you have your hair. So
anyway. I
anyways.
got a lot of grays, though, on my beard.
It looked good, though. It looked good. You can pull it off.
Yeah.
Let me know.
I hear like the salt and pepper looks like in.
That's what's in, man.
What is it called? The silver fox.
Yeah. What's his face was like silver fox since he was like super young. The actor.
George Clooney?
George Clooney,
yeah.
And the girls loved him.
Love George Clooney.
Anyways, so we've known each other for quite some time. We have some pretty funny stories that I think we should share.
Yeah.
So
2005.
Yeah. 2005. So this is how we first met. So at the time, we were dating sisters, and I didn't really know you. Right?
Wait, were you dating Gloria at the time? When we first met, were you dating Gloria?
Yes, because that's how we met. So
yeah,
I was dating Gloria. Shout out to Gloria, my wife, for 100 years now, I think.
Hey, Alberto.
Whiffing.
Love the podcast.
My number one supporter. I love you, babe. Yeah. Anyways, so I didn't really know you. I knew of you, and I remember we were working at the commissary on base. For those of you that weren't.
Bagger pride, baby.
Yeah, those of you that weren't like
Baggers
in the military,
work for tips.
A commissary was like a Publix, or it was a supermarket. And we were baggers, and we worked for tips, right? Sometimes we got some really good tips. Back in the day, you got $1, you got $5. It was good, man.
When you got $5, it was like, yeah.
When you got 20, it was like, whoa. Yeah. I'm going to Burger King and I'm buying everybody a Whopper Jr.
Back when it was $1.
Back when it was $1.
Yeah, not $4.95 for a Whopper Jr. ¿Qué está pasando?
It's crazy.
Oh my God.
I remember I went to the PX. Those of you that don't know what a PX is, it's like a Walmart on the military base. Pretty much. So I'm going in there. I forgot what for. And Jesus comes and he goes, hey, bro. And I'm like, hey, we knew of each other. We just never met each other.
No, we had never spoken.
Yeah.
And I think at that time we were working together, but together. Right?
Yeah.
Well, a couple weeks or a month,
something like that. Yeah.
And we had never not even a hi.
No,
hey, man.
nothing.
Hey, bro.
Yeah. Being antisocial.
Yeah. How's it going, man?
Yeah. You just randomly come and like, hey, bro. Can I borrow $5? Was it $5?
It was $5.
And I was like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to be mean. Like, I know who this guy is. And I was just like, I don't want to give him $5. I don't know this guy. But you know what? In my heart, I was like, yeah, sure. Here's $5. Like,
what would Jesus do?
He was like, I'll pay you back, bro. Don't worry. He never paid me back, by the way. And then, so I was like, in my head, I was like, he probably needs it for something. And I come to find out he needed $5 to pay off the Jordans he had on layaway.
Yep, Jordan 14s.
That was our first introduction. He asked me for $5 so he can pay off his pair of Jordans.
Yep.
But anyways, so
it was the last day on layaway. I don't know if you guys remember what layaway was, but basically you could put an item and you could pay it off slowly within months if you didn't have the whole amount. I was a college kid. He was a junior in high school. So we obviously we weren't.
They don't want to have that anymore, huh?
What's
layaways?
That? I don't even know. That's why I said if you don't remember what a layaway was.
It's like a loan, right?
Yeah, not even a loan. It's a hold.
Oh, it's a hold.
Like you had to put like a down payment.
Yeah, but there was no interest.
Yeah. And then from there, like you had like a set 30 days to pay another third of it or another. Anyway, I think you had the most you could keep it was like 60 days.
Something like that.
And I was on my last day. And I was like, man, I need $5. I'm going to lose these Jordans that I just paid. 120, I need my 125 to take them out.
Dude, that was crazy.
And I was desperate. I was like running around the PX, like, oh man, where am I gonna get this $5? I was about to go bag a few carts because they were still. And then I see Alberto, and I guess I don't know. I was just, hey man, like I just saw him and
easy target, huh?
I didn't even know. I didn't even think easy target. I was just kind of like, I don't know. I just saw you and I saw Mario, who I knew. I've known Mario.
Oh, that's right.
I've known Mario since middle school. Man. And I guess I felt more
remember
comfortable because I saw Mario and I knew you guys and I had heard of you. And so I was like, maybe he'll let me borrow $5. I'll pay him back.
Yeah. So that was our first introduction. And after that,
Got the shoes though. Got the shoes.
After that, at the time, my wife, who was my girlfriend, lived very far. I didn't have my driver's license or a car.
No.
And obviously, we were dating sisters. And one time he offered to take me. He's like, hey, he would text me.
That's how I paid him back. Because,
true.
Not once did I ever ask you for gas money.
That's true.
Did I ever ask you for gas money? Never.
Never.
So I paid him back.
He's right. But
I mean, like tenfold. You see how God works, right?
God works in a mysterious way. Amen, brother.
I got my shoes, and you got a free Uber, to Eva Beach.
What was it? You had was it a 93
Accord.
Honda Accord?
Yep, Old Betsy.
Old Betsy. Yeah, so he would. What made us bond a lot is since my girlfriend lived far. Yeah. It was like a 45-minute drive.
It was about 25, 30.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. It just felt far.
I remember it was like you go down Cuneo. And then it was
like that long stretch,
Miz back road or whatever. Yeah. And then once you get into the neighborhood, it was another like 10 minutes.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it was worth it though because remember they were living on the beach.
They were living on the beach.
It was a really nice location.
Which is funny because after when me and Glory got married, we ended up living in that same place too.
I know, right? Isn't that ironic? Like, right? Where it began.
Yeah, where it began, and where our marriage began. But those long rides, to in and out, going over there, we would just talk, and then we just ended up bonding a lot. We had a lot of things in common.
A lot of things not in common.
A lot of things not in common. So I just came from New Jersey. So New Jersey, it's all about, wearing jerseys, being all...
Tim's.
Yeah, Timberlands, baggy clothes.
This guy would wear XXL. Dude. And he was like $130. I mean, he's pretty buff now, but like...
Oh, thank you.
Junior year, I mean, your arms are nice.
I was super scrawny, wearing big old clothes. I just came from New Jersey.
And your feet were huge.
They still are.
But you grew into your feet, though. Yeah, but your feet were huge.
Feet for my body. Yeah. I looked like clown. Like, it looked like I had clowns because I was short, I was skinny, and my feet were big.
Yeah, but you weren't 5'8". Yeah, you grew a few inches.
Yeah, I did.
You were maybe like 5'5", 5'6".
Yeah, I'm still short.
$140, and then you kind of grew into your body. Yeah.
But those long rides, we would just talk. We find things out about each other, and slowly, through my wife, I slowly started changing the way I dressed. The music I would listen to.
I would say you became more open minded.
Yes.
Yeah, because Alberto would just listen to Jay-Z, rap music, or Christian music. Yeah, and like I was a rocker through and through. Here are my favorite bands: Yellow Card.
Yeah, and I didn't like rock. I didn't like rock at all. And believe it or not, till this day, like rock is my number one favorite genre.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's rock. I would put rock, believe it or not, salsa, and then I would probably put maybe hip hop and then reggaeton because I kind of get tired of it after a while.
I love reggaeton. I'm a reggaetonero.
Yeah, but like rock and salsa is my favorite. But anyways, so we kind of we bonded that way. Yeah, and then this guy, the funny thing is when I moved to the second house. Yeah. We ended up being neighbors. Like he literally lived like diagonally from me from behind. Yeah. So we lived close to each other. So, we would be at each other's house, hanging out. We go play like basketball was life.
Yeah. Do you remember our blacktop, like late night games?
Oh my God. Yes.
The commissary.
Yes.
Honestly, that was like some of the best.
I was
times, right.
Honestly, I want to say we kind of like brought people together. I want to say we did because we had, on the military bases where the single soldiers lived, they had their little apartments, and then they had a basketball court that we weren't really allowed to.
They were called quads.
Yeah, they were called quads. We weren't really allowed to use it, but nobody said anything to us, so we played. Yeah,
there was no fence. It was basically like open.
Yeah, and we were just kids, and we had good times, some funny times. Yeah. Your brother was always with us too. Shout out to Antonio. I say Antonio's the one who's he graduated with me and he knew my wife the longest. They've been together since
6th grade.
Since 6th grade, yeah.
Best smile, 6th through 8th grade. Shout out to those two.
We graduated together. Zeus was a little older than me, so that's why I was like, he's like my big brother because I learned a lot from him
through my mistakes.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that.
Don't do what Jesus did, and you'll be all right.
Because of Zeus, I was able to avoid a lot of things in my life. So shout out to Zeus for helping me out. Yep. But I remember. After I graduated, we took a college course together. Yeah. A terrible writer. I was a terrible writer at the time. Bro, he would laugh at my...
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
It was awful. I mean, it was terrible.
He would have to fix my papers for
When
me.
he sent me that paper, I was just like, what is this?
What was it on? Mussolini.
Mussolini, yeah, from Italy. I don't know if you guys know your history,
terrible.
but yeah, he sent me. I remember you sent me that paper, and I think I was dating Bo at the time. I was like, Bo, look how bro just sent me. Like, what do I do with
It's
this?
lazy writing, man. I hated
What do
that
I
class.
do with this? I mean, Google and ChatGPT wasn't around.
No,
so.
not at all. That's right. We got our degrees without using ChatGPT because
Exactly.
that didn't exist.
Yeah,
We
we had
worked
to
hard.
use real sources.
Yeah.
real books.
But, I remember, so another kind of going back a little bit, another funny story. It's embarrassing for me, but funny now. At the time it wasn't. So my dad was in the army and he was super busy and stuff like that. So he there's some things that he couldn't do, but of course God gave me a big brother here and it was the time to get my license, right? And the first time I go, so in Hawaii, I don't know how it is now. It's been such a long time. But in Hawaii, if you didn't have an appointment to get your license, like these appointments are like months in advance.
Yeah.
So if
We're talking like 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Like it was
months in advance. So if you didn't have an appointment, you would have to walk in. And walk-ins wasn't always, it was like the first, like, I guess 12 people or something like
if
that.
even first 8, first 7.
First
and even
come,
then they'd
first
be like,
serve.
oh, we already did what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was first come, first serve.
Aloha.
So
Bye.
they would open the DMV at about 12 at night. And what people would do is they would just,
Camp out.
They would camp out. And so my good friend here was like, yeah, let's go get your license. So we went early. We camped
You
out.
needed a licensed driver to sponsor
Yes,
you.
to sponsor, yeah. And he was my licensed driver.
His parents or no one else was going to be like, I'm not taking you there at midnight. ¿Quién más tiene una licencia? Jesús, porque te lleve Jesús.
Yeah. So we go at the time, no Netflix, no Prime, nothing like that existed.
Portable DVD
We
player.
had a portable DVD player, but at that time I had a PSP, and the PSP started releasing movies and their little mini disc things.
I remember that.
And the only movie I had was Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, that's right. I remember that, yeah.
And I think we watched Napoleon Dynamite twice because there was nothing else to do.
Great movie, by the way.
Yeah. So we were actually like one of the first ones in line. So
We were always very proactive in getting there. The first time, like, we were there very proactive. We were like,
hold on, you're getting ahead.
Yeah.
This happened more than once, by the way. So the first time I go, I'm very nervous. So I remember I failed because I didn't do complete stops. I did what they call the California roll.
The California stop.
Yeah, the California stop where you don't stop completely. You just kind of like hit the brake a little bit. I did it at every stop sign. The guy failed me. So it was like
It was automatic fail. Like,
they failed me, and I was like, ah. So you had to wait like a week or something.
was it a week that you had to wait?
Something like that.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was a week.
You couldn't go right away.
Yep.
So we wait a week, and then once again, my good friend comes with me the second time. Second time, I'm confident. I'm like, I got this, man. I've been hitting the brake correctly. We camp out again. We get there early. We bring more movies this time. And I go, and it was a lady.
And we're, by the way, by camping out, we're literally sleeping on the DMV floor.
Yeah, nasty
with
floor,
sleeping
by the way.
bags, and like this was. I'm just trying to paint the picture that this was very, very uncomfortable.
Yes,
and it smelled, and like, let's be honest,
it was dirty.
Nobody likes to be in a DMV for anything. So just imagine sleeping over one. So yeah, to put it into context.
Yeah. So then they call me up. I go, and everything was fine until I almost hit a biker who, in my defense, he crossed the crosswalk when it wasn't his turn. But you're
supposed to yield to pedestrians.
Yeah, you're supposed to yield to pedestrians. even though the walking figure guy, it had to stop the stop sign, but whatever. And I automatically failed. And I was so mad because I was so confident that I was gonna get it. And Bendito,
damn pedestrians just messing everything up.
I hope that guy is living a good life. He failed me. And Zeus is like, oh, he got it this time. And I go there like, no.
Dude, I was like, he's got to get it, man. Because at this point, you were the last one to get your license. Antonio had got it. He first time go. Glory was second time go.
Yeah.
I was second time go.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we were like, yeah, he's got it.
He's got it.
This ain't nothing to be.
Well, guess what? I didn't get it.
Yeah.
So the second time, I was so embarrassed. Gloria is my girlfriend. I was so embarrassed. I didn't go to school. So then we waited another week, and Zeus was like, all right, Bertz, this is it. This is it.
I was like, bro, if he doesn't get it this time, like, I'm done with him. He's no longer my friend.
So
can't be hanging out with people that can't pass driver's tests.
So the second time, so here comes the third time. I'm super confident. I'm like, okay, everything is good. And we're about to get back to the DMV, and the guy makes me parallel park. And I was like, because the first 2 times I never had a parallel park because I failed, obviously.
And there was no cameras on the.
No camera.
Yeah, no cameras. Now with the camera,
it's easy. Yeah, no, there's no cameras now.
Yeah.
So the thing is that I remember this clearly. I was heading to the DMV, and this car happens to pull out of his spot, and he leaves. And the instructors made me stop. He's like, all right, now parallel park. I couldn't do it. He failed me for some reason. I was upset. I cried. I went home and I cried. I didn't go to school that day again. And I waited a while. I didn't want to do it.
You were pretty defeated after that one, right?
I was like, I'm never gonna get my license. It's so embarrassing now that I think about it now. And then finally, like the 4th day comes. I remember it was a college football championship game when Vince Young and Texas won.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was that. Like, wow, it was that day. I remember.
Hook 'em.
And Zeus had no motivation this time. He felt
by that third time, I was like, you got to be kidding me, dude. Like, what is going on here?
So like, we went super early. I want to say we were the first ones this time.
The 4th time?
Yes.
I went with you?
Yes.
I didn't like, no te mandé para tu sab. Okay,
no.
I was like, man.
You went with me all 4 times.
I stuck through. See, I paid it back 30-fold.
Yeah.
That $5 went a long way with
yeah, it sure did. So the 4th time, we were the first ones to go, but for some reason that day they had a lot of appointments. So what they did is they gave me a time slot that I come back at 12 or something like that. Mm-hmm. So we went home. We went to my house. We took a long nap. We woke up around 11:30, and then we went back to the DMV, and then I passed with flying colors. Thank God.
You expert.
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah, I got perfect score. And so the first guy that failed me was the 4th guy that passed me. Yeah, the same guy.
You did run a stop sign. I mean, I would have failed you too.
I remember him. He told me, "You're like the little engine that could. You just keep going and going and going." I remember that. I was like, "Thank you, sir. Thank you." With a little tear in my eyes. Zeus was nervous. He didn't even look at me. He was like,
"Yeah." I was like, "I can't."
And I was like,
I couldn't even look him in the eye. I was just like, just this desperation. Like, Lord, please let this kid get his license. I can't keep coming back to the DMV spending the night.
I don't know how many times we visited that DMC. It was the one in Waihewa, Hawaii.
Yeah, this is the one in Waihewa. Yeah. Like, we're not in like the,
nice part.
Nice.
Shout out to Waihewa though. That's where we graduated.
Exit 8.
Exit 8, baby.
That's always in my heart.
Anyway, so I got my license, everything good, and then my dad, he had one of these soldiers that were leaving. And he had a. So I thought my dad was going to give me this Honda,
new car.
the new Honda Civic that he had, automatic. It was white. It was nice.
It was a beautiful car.
Yeah, and because he would let me drive it. And then one day I remember, I want to say this was my senior year, I think, of high school. And my dad comes home and I see him with a old white Dodge Neon. I had a feeling, but he comes home. He's super happy. I'm looking at this old car like, and he super ungrateful on me. And he comes out the car. My dad's a sergeant major. He's making money. And he's like, "But Tito." I was like, "Hey, pa." He's like, "Check it out." And I'm like, "Cool, pa qué es eso?" He goes, "Pues pa ti." He's like, "Un soldado se va a mudar y me lo vendió por 800 pesos." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Gracias, pa." And when I go in the car, I have to, I'm super ungrateful at this point. I'm super grateful now. Super ungrateful. This is my dad testing me, by the way. My dad tests me. He taught me how to be humble. I'm looking at the car. As soon as I open the car, I see it's standard. It's not automatic. And I go, "Pa," or manual, sorry. I go, "Pa, yo no sé guiar esto." He go, "Vamos a aprender." So right then, I'm super ungrateful. I'm upset that he got me this car because I thought I was getting a Honda Civic. And I'm not in the mood. But he makes me get in the car. I'm stalling out. And at this point, my dad's getting frustrated with me. He's like, "Vamos pa casa. Yo no puedo más. Vamos pa casa." Whatever. He's super mad. And he's like, "You want a car? You need to learn how to drive this car. You're not taking the Honda." I was like, "Great." So what do? I call my good friend Zeus, who knows how to drive standard.
Yep.
Manual, sorry.
Old Betsy was thick.
So thanks to Zeus, he actually, with the patience that he had for me, he taught me how to drive.
Patience of a saint.
He taught me how to drive stick shift, and I still suck. Believe it or not, my wife is way better than me.
Glory drive stick?
Yeah. And moral of the story is that my dad was just testing me because when I graduated high school, he's like, all right, you can have the Civic. And he gave me the Honda
Yeah, you
Civic.
ended up driving the
I didn't drive that
eventually.
I remember every morning, Glory would pick me up because I hated driving that car. So when I did have to drive because Glory couldn't pick me up, every morning I remember you would make a right to turn into the student parking in high school. And there's a speed bump right there. I stalled out every morning. And I
get over it.
Oh my gosh. I hated my life. I was like, ah!
You got to feel it.
But anyways, thanks to this man, I got my license. Thanks to this man.
Taught him how to drive stick.
Taught me how to drive stick. But man, like our friendship, like we've done everything, man. Like, you know, Zeus wasn't really like a believer, I guess. Let's just say that.
No. I mean, it wasn't that I wasn't a believer.
He wasn't a believer.
I was raised Catholic.
He was raised Catholic, yeah.
I was always very spiritual, right? Like I always had a relationship, but you know, at least no knock on any, you know, denomination.
No, of course.
You know, but yeah, my bad. Go ahead. I'll let you finish it.
I remember, you know, I was like, I was always, you know, I was raised in church or whatever. Zeus wasn't, and I remember I was like, man, the good thing about him that he always respected like my beliefs, and he didn't understand what I had to be at church every Friday, which I hate going to church on Fridays. Side note here,
bro. You went to church on Fridays,
Tuesdays, Sundays,
Wednesdays. No, celular Wednesday.
Oh, so but that was more like at people's houses.
That's church. Like. Leyendo la Biblia.
He didn't really understand, and you know, it's understandable. But one day, you know, he was going through some stuff in his life, and he just randomly texted me. He's like, "Hey, Bertz, can I go to church with you?" And I was like, "What?" And that's because I went to church with my parents, and I told my mom, "Mami, Jesús quería ir a la iglesia." Y yo, pues, que te busque y que vaya para la iglesia. So, you know, he went to church, and it was kind of like a cool moment because, you know, he is my best friend, and, you know, I saw him, you know, accept Christ and all that stuff. So we were able to it was nice having my best friend next to me. You know, not only did I have my best friend, I also had my wife, my girlfriend at the time. You know, we were all going to the same church, so we were able to bond. And my brother-in-law.
I think during that time, Glory really too started to.
Yeah, because Glory went to church, but she never like got involved like she did. So
yeah,
I think that's why I said, I think, you know, we're like, I always like to compare my life like Boy Meets World, like. She's Topanga. You don't really have like a Sean background, but you know, you were my Sean Z. That was Corey Matthews. And it's
I'm not Corey. Corey.
I guess.
The Corey
Matthews. It's funny. I watched that with Sophia. And it's funny. And then so Glory watches it with us. And there's some episodes. Love that show. There's some episodes that we laugh because it's like, wow, this is literally my life.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was like nice having my girlfriend, my wife, all go to the same church. And, you know, we were always together. We had also my brother-in-law, JR. It was always the four of us. Like we had
my brother too. And
then Antonio eventually, because Antonio has always been with us, you know, even though Zeus is my best friend, but his brother, we were always together, always doing something.
Always me, you, Tony, Lewis,
shout out to Lou Money. Yeah, Lewis, and JR. We just had this bond.
Mole. He goes by Mole. You guys still call him Mole?
Not really.
His name's Mole, man. Whatever. Él es Mole para mí.
Yeah, but we had this crazy bond. We did everything together, and
even Jared was going to church a lot too.
Yeah. Jared was going to church a lot. We had this. It was an incredible bond. That's why I was always thankful for that time, and that time always impacted me because when now we're older, I don't really have friends or people who are kind of like me. Yeah. So I'm always usually like by myself, talking to myself or talking to a 4-year-old.
Yeah,
but I always
6-year-old.
I always cherish that time we had because it was such a great bond and we had good times.
I think too is because I think at that time, right? Because you were always going to church, right? But I think during that time, I think it reinforced your faith. Yeah. Right. Because I think during that time, you were able to see firsthand my testimony. Yeah. Kind of going from like, okay, I don't want to say non-believer because I've always believed in Jesus Christ as my
you didn't
Savior.
Really seek
but actively saying yes, I'm going to serve Jesus now in a more physical and like first-hand capacity versus yo creo en Cristo pero whatever, ¿verdad? Voy para la iglesia cuando quiera. But I think that reinforced your faith, and I think it enabled both of us to like grow spiritually together. Yeah. Me in a new spot where I was never at, and I think you at another level. Yeah. You know what I mean? I agree, yeah. Where at that time, right, wow, okay, my faith, my testimony, the way Christ is used me has led someone else to Christ. You know what I mean? That's what we're called to do.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I think that's something incredibly special.
I think what was something that we also had out special is we were able to keep each other in check.
Yeah.
So
especially me, I had terrible potty mouth.
Yeah.
Every other word.
This guy, I remember the first time I brought him to a youth thing. He said something so inappropriate, like, "Zeus, we're in church." And we're like, it was funny, but at the same time, I'm like, oh my god.
Even recently, when we did the video.
Oh yes.
Yeah, while we're eating pollo tropical.
Yes.
I don't have a filter sometimes. That's the problem, you know. But
it's okay. It's okay. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
But I always like the fact that we were able to keep each other in check. Yeah. And we weren't, you know, your average teen that, you know, that goes to parties and all that stuff. Like, we didn't really do that. We were.
I mean, those were my college days. Think about it. My college days, instead of going to the club doing this and that, I was
that's true.
Celular, Friday night services.
Yeah. And
Sunday.
then our hangouts would always either go to the beach. Chili's, shout out to Chili's. Like, we would go to Chili's. I want to say we went to Chili's almost every Friday, and then we were movie guys.
Did we ever go anywhere else?
I don't think so, man. It was either Chili's or whatever my mom cooks or whatever your dad was grilling in the barbecue.
Pensar.
Dude, no, wow. it was Chili's or it was
oh no, we used to go to Ann Miller's.
Ann Miller's, there we go.
I was like, we went to somewhere in Pearl City or Panda when we used to go on the third.
Panda Express.
Or go to Panda. But we're talking about restaurant,
Restaurant, I heard that Ann Miller's doesn't exist anymore. That's crazy.
When I went last year, it wasn't there. It was heartbreaking.
Man, that was the spot. And I remember for some reason Panda Express in Hawaii hits totally different than over here in the States.
That Kung Pao chicken.
It's not the same.
Oh my God.
Dude, and then my brother-in-law was obsessed with, I'd like, you know, thank God he's still alive. But the way that man would eat, I don't know how he's still living. You know, shout out to Maria for kind of setting him straight, because JR eating horrible. Horrible. Anyways, man, like we were big movie guys too. No matter, we would watch every movie. At the time, movies were $5.
I think Friday through Sunday sometimes.
Yeah,
if we saw one movie that came out, Saturday we're watching the other one.
We would just watch.
Sunday we were watching the other one.
Even if it's movies we never heard of, we're like, let's go watch a movie. Yeah, we would just, you know, to the beach. Beach was a big thing we did. Hiking was a big thing we did. You know, obviously. And then at one point, we each learned an instrument. So it looked like we were a little band when it came to church.
We never learned to play until after.
No, right? You learned the bass. I learned the drums.
Slapping the bass, man.
And Glory learned the guitar. We were...
I would say she's the most talented out of the three.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Most definitely.
Glory, you're the songbird of our generation. I'm not sucking up. I'm sucking
that's
up. You know what?
That's a big compliment.
You're not. I'm just joking. No, but you are really good.
Babe, you're talented, but you know... You're good. You're good, you know? I'm just joking. We even wanted to make our own band. We want to be the Beats 2.0.
The Exits.
The Exits. But you know, and then through you, I experienced my first ever rock concert. That was fun.
I was a big rocker. I'm still a big rocker.
I, like, you know, this is when we were teenagers. I had to lie to my mom about
you?
Yes. About going to a rock concert.
Which rock concert did I take you to?
Hawthorne Heights.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So this is the first time I go to a rock concert.
Awesome.
I didn't know how to dress, so Zeus took me to Hot Topic, and I bought a. I was
like, dude, you can't be coming looking like that, bro.
Because I would wear baggy clothes. So Zeus took me to Hot Topic. He's like, all right, I had regular jeans. I bought I remember Nacho Libre was pretty famous at the time. Yeah. I bought a Nacho Libre shirt. It was fitted, you know, I wasn't used to wearing fitted clothes, so it was a little tight on me. And then he made me buy like an armband or something like that. Yeah. Like, all right, Birch, you look good, bro. I'll never forget that day. My mom asked me, oh, where are you going? I just said we were going to the movies. I was like, Mommy, you know, yo estoy en la iglesia, dame un break, por favor, because it was a Friday night. She's like, pues está bien, Wisi, acuérdate que el Señor te está mirando. You know, she always putting that fear of God in me. Yeah. So obviously I'm excited, but the back of my head, I'm like, I just lied. So we go to this rock concert. Glory was an accomplice too. Glory didn't even say anything. She stayed quiet because she didn't want to lie to my mom. She just stayed quiet. She's like, oh my gosh, Alberto, I hope you don't get caught. So we go, my very first rock concert. I'm extremely nervous. Never been to a concert.
That was your first concert too?
Yeah, I've never been to a concert in my life. Like church stuff, I don't really count it.
I'd been to a lot up to that point.
So it was funny.
Warped Tour.
I forget. Man. I think it was me, you, your brother, his girlfriend at the time, Glory.
Did Tony go to Hawthorne Heights?
I think so. I think so.
Bro, I went to so many, I don't even remember.
Anyways, so I remember I'm super nervous. We go, it's a different environment for me. I'm seeing like people dressed in black.
Yeah, if
like,
you've never been to like a rock concert, like it's an experience.
It is an experience.
The thing what's cool about it is like no one cares. Everyone's there just to freaking have fun and like.
And it was fun.
And people are like, no one's there like just nodding their head or like people are there like having a really good time.
At this band, I still like them to it was like screamo. All right, so at the time, you know, I'm a very Christian boy, so to me it's demonic. You know, like the diablo. But I was like, oh my God, forgive me, forgive me.
Make it on my own.
So I'll never forget me, a Christian boy, Zeus and Glory have been to plenty of these.
Yeah,
and I'm looking around. I see people. I'm nervous. It's a smaller venue, you know. It probably it had like a balcony view.
Yeah,
but we were on the floor. These guys come out. They start rocking. I'm not gonna lie. Live music is cool. I'm just like, okay. I'm getting into it. I'm like, okay, this is not bad. This is pretty chill. And all of a sudden, I see a mosh pit for the first time in my life. And I'm like freaking out. These guys are just over there, like pushing each other, just swinging or whatever. And the security guard. What scared me is the security guard grabbed the guy because his nose was bleeding and he was out of control and takes him out of the venue. I'm like, oh, great. And then, but anyways, that was like probably the craziest thing happened. Now, the coolest thing that happened was I remember Zeus was going through a tough time. So he just wanted to blow off some steam. That's why we went to this concert. And
one of my favorite bands too.
Yeah. And he was like, man, it would be cool if I crowd surf tonight. I don't know. I have these pictures somewhere.
You took pictures?
I had a little Sony Cyber Shot, and I brought it with me.
You need to find them.
I don't know where they are, but Zeus, I remember it was towards the end, and out of nowhere, somebody picks up Zeus, and he started crowd surfing, and we were like, yeah, Zeus!
And I'm light. Yeah, so I was all over the place. So, like, usually a heavy person, they'll drop you.
No,
but yeah.
I got a little nervous because Zeus kept going further and further and further away. And I was like, what do we do here?
Wait, Kian was there too.
Kian, that's who was with us.
Kian, I remember,
that's right. Yes,
Kian
okay,
was
Kian.
Too.
I knew somebody else was with us. Yep. Shout out to Kian. He's a girl dad. I saw. He has girls just like me.
Yeah.
I remember, man. I was just happy for him because
so awesome core member.
Yeah, it was a core member. My first ever rock concert. I had a lot of my parents, and I had a good time. It was. What an experience.
Yep.
That was a key moment. And yeah.
No, it was great. It was great. And for me it was nice to like introduce him to something else, right? Cuz I mean oftentimes we put like left and right limits on what we should
I was very close-minded, yeah.
You know what I mean? And sometimes like, hey, let's just go have fun. You know what I mean? Like
but we had innocent fun. Like we never did. We
went home directly afterwards, you know. Like took a shower because we were disgusting, you know.
Wow, we were just, we were always together, man. We were like peanut butter and jelly, man. It was impossible to separate us. Yeah, it was a good time. This guy's like my brother, and then obviously I got married. He was my cousin doesn't watch this. He was my real best man. But I remember the funny story is,
not gonna lie, it still hurts me to this day.
Funny story is when I was young. I told my cousin, hey, let's be each other's best man.
They were like 5.
Yeah, like, let's be each other's best man.
Yeah, bro, blood brothers for that, yeah.
So Zeus was going to be my best man at my wedding, and my cousin remembered that, and I didn't have the heart to say no, so I was like, yeah, man, you're my best man. So Zeus was really butthurt about it, but...
I was a good sport about it.
He was.
I could have been like, yeah, bro, I'm not going to... Because I was living in Oklahoma at the time.
That's
I flew to your wedding.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, bro, you don't have to I'm not the best man. You know what?
Nope. He flew to my wedding, and I gave him I was looking for those pins that says the real best man.
Oh yeah.
But he was there for my wedding. He was he's actually
beautiful wedding.
He was the godfather. He is the godfather of Sophia, my oldest daughter.
Beautiful daughter.
Tito Zeus. He was there. He's always been there for key moments of our lives. Obviously. Shout out to Bolivia too. Bolivia I've known forever as well. She's a lot younger than us. I've known Bolivia since she was a little gymnast.
I've known of her family since I was in 10th grade, 9th grade.
You've known them for a long time.
I've known them for a real. I went to school with her sister, and we were known them forever.
Yeah, but
Yeah, the thing is, we lived on Schofield Barracks, Hawaii, and like it was a big but small military base, and basically it was like living in a small town.
Yeah.
And everybody just knew each other.
Everybody knew each other.
And we had all the amenities we could possibly need. We used to go watch wrestling at this place called Tropics.
Oh, I forgot about that.
All the pay-per-views there.
Yep.
The PX was our hangout spot.
Dude.
With the food court. You know, we used to eat Popeyes all the time.
We had a good time.
Burger
man.
King.
That's because that's all there was on base.
Yeah.
Popeyes
There was
and Burger
a
King.
teen center. Remember the teen center?
Anthony's Pizza.
Oh my
you remember
God,
that?
Anthony's. Yeah, I have a crazy story about Anthony's. Got the worst. Yeah.
What,
Food
poopy?
poisoning
Oh my
ever
gosh.
from Anthony's.
But yeah, dude, it's just, that's why like Hawaii, I always call it like my second home because it's literally where I grew up. You know, I met you. I was there the longest I've ever been. I lived there.
No, same. We used to move around every 2 or 3 years. And
it's the longest, you know, that's where I met my wife, married my wife, graduated college. And then it was quite an experience. And the good thing is that, you know, even if we don't see each other for a while, when we see each other, it's like we pick up where we left off.
100%.
Yeah, even though we're a little far away from each other, but I think
but we see each other all the time.
We've been seeing each other a lot
So
lately.
luckily, I guess it's crazy. Like como la cosa pasan. Like we're going back to Criollo Grindz. Like we've actually worked together on multiple projects. You know, not just the cookbook, but other projects with other brands and stuff like that.
I think Puerto Rico was
what I
fun,
mean?
but I think the funnest we had is when you had that project in New York.
Yeah, the New York was amazing.
That was quite an experience. Like
we stayed at my grandma's house.
Yeah, I feel like we experienced like the New York lifestyle because you know your grandma had this apartment in Manhattan, and we stayed there. You know, we shared a little bed. Maybe like back in the day.
We share beds when we're we have no shame.
Back in the day, we walked everywhere. We took
same sheets. No, I'm joking.
No, we had different sheets.
No, we had different. I'm joking.
But we took the subway everywhere. We walked everywhere.
We got lost in the subway.
We got lost.
Together.
Yeah. It was just fun, man. And then your uncle joined us the last night, and with his
like the best Venezuela arepas.
Oh my god, it was good. And that cheesecake place he took us at.
Oh yeah, the cheesecake. What was it called again?
I forgot.
Jethro's, Jeremiah's, something
like that.
It's near Times Square. Cheese. My uncle swore it was the best cheesecake we were gonna have. You know what? It was really. It
was good. Too much strawberries, but it was really too good. We liked it. It was huge. I didn't think it was gonna be that big. Yeah, Tio Antonio, right?
Yeah, Tio Antonio. Yeah. Everybody in my family's named Antonio, by the way.
Antonio.
So my brother, my uncle, my dad, everyone. My nephew.
He's
Antonio.
Antonio. AZ, baby.
AZ. Shout out to AZ.
Man, I haven't met him yet, though, but it's been a while since I've seen your brother. I want to see him. But yeah, man. I just want to talk about our friendship. You know, we've been through a lot. We've known each other for a long time, but it's been fun. We're almost in our 40s, almost. Close. You're closer than me.
I'm 3 months away, man.
Yeah, we're almost, but 40. You know, we've seen each other grow. We've seen each other go through stuff. Well, now we have kids, wives. But yeah, man, I appreciate you doing this for me.
Of course.
You know, this 2-parter here, trying to get this podcast back. You know, we're touring. We don't know. We might go to Tampa, Florida next. So
we might go to Tampa.
Tampa, Florida next.
We were thinking about doing it in D.C. We could have done it in D.C.
We should have done it in front of the White House.
Yeah, we could have done it. Yeah. What are you guys talking about? You know what? Join in.
I know, right?
Like, tell us, you know.
Well, I don't know.
Tell us about yourself.
It might be a little dangerous.
Yeah. But
you know. Anyways, but yeah, bro, I appreciate you doing this for me, and this won't be the last one either. I'm pretty sure we'll have more stuff to talk about.
Yeah. Anytime I'm in Tampa, or anytime you're over here, like everything. Just he had the reason Alberto's at my house right now is because he had a job.
I had a job, yeah.
An hour away in Bowie, Maryland.
Yeah. Never been, but you know, it was a nice place. It was a cool experience.
And I got to work for him.
Yeah,
well, no, I've worked for you twice already. So we've both been contracting each other with our jobs, which is which is crazy because who would have thought like 5 years ago, like okay, we're in New York, or okay, now we're in Maryland, or now we're in Tampa, or now we could have been in Chile.
Yeah, I missed out.
By the way, Berto dropped the ball big time.
I missed out. I should have gone, but I was too loyal to my brother-in-law. But next time, I'm like, sorry, Steve.
It's okay. No, it's important to be loyal, but next year for sure.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Yeah. But anyways, all right, guys, we appreciate you. Till the next one.